Right, welcome back to After Dark. I'm Nic Pegg. Joining me on the line now is Sheena Hemens from Maison de Crepes. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Nick. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Have you just celebrated, was it Bastille Day or something?
Today is Bastille Day.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Only a few hours left.
So what happened down at the cafe to mark the occasion?
We were doing our normal French crepes that we normally do with all our French staff, but we were also doing 2-for-1 French ciders today, which in fact we did it all weekend. We sell authentic French cider from Normandy, and which we import, and we were doing 2-for-1 today because that's what people traditionally drink with their crepes in France.
Boutique cider is a huge beverage at the moment, isn't it? You go into the supermarket and there's about 18 linear meters of the stuff.
There are.
How does the French cider compare with the New Zealand beverage?
It's not as sweet. So I think the ones that you can buy here are very heavy on the sugar. So, if you think about the types of the ciders that you get here, I find them very, very sweet. But the French cider is incredibly crisp and tastes like biting into an apple. It's amazing, but it's alcoholic, so that makes it even better.
So, obviously you're licensed there, aren't you, at the...
Absolutely.
Let's just talk about exactly where you are. Is it St Asaph? It
is 73 St Asaph. We're opposite... Cafe Valentino, which has obviously been there for quite a long time, and we're the new kids on the block. But we've been there for 4 months now and doing really well.
Now, is this your third incarnation in Christchurch?
This is my third business, yes. So I started at the Colombo in a little sort of kiosk in the Colombo Mall, and then realised that wasn't... takeaway crepes was not what I wanted to do, and then moved into the Carlton, opposite the Carlton pub in Carlton Courts, and we had a little 20-seater cafe, which was just lovely, and we outgrew that, and so moved to this much bigger place, which is around 60 seats.
Right, give us some idea of the diversity. Oh, well, actually, before you do that, let's talk about what a crepe actually is. I imagine that it's something between a very thin omelette and a very thin pancake.
Well, yes. Most people, especially if you have children, will probably make them on a Sunday morning, and people are quite familiar with a sweet pancake that you put lemon and sugar or maple syrup or whatever. Well, the sweet crepes that we make are similar, but they're much bigger and they are thinner. And quite crispy and lacy around the edges and golden, and then soft and in the middle. But they're not the fluffy, thick, sort of quite hard to eat ones. These are soft and luscious, and we put lots of different fillings in them. But then we also do the savoury crepes, and these are the ones that have seemed to have really taken the Christchurch public there and captured their imagination, because when we first opened, people only really wanted to buy the sweet ones because that's what people have heard of. Yeah. But the savoury ones are delicious, and they're made with organic French buckwheat flour, which is the best that you can get, which we get from France, and just full of, and we make them to order. So that's the thing. It's not sitting around like sushi is or a pie or something like that. We make yours fresh to order when you order it. So
yeah, we've got a picture up right now, actually, of one of your, it looks like a dessert crepe with lots of fresh fruit on it.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit of, is it nougat or a bit of ice cream with a sprinkle on the top or something?
Yeah, probably whipped cream or ice cream, yeah. So we do all of that, and then we do healthy ones as well. So I may not have sent you a photo of a healthy one.
I think we've got a savoury one. I think it has an egg in the middle. Would that be right?
Yep. So that's one of our, I think I sent you a picture of our breakfast crepe, which is bacon, eggs and mushroom and spinach, and it's really yummy. Tomatoes. So very healthy.
The venues would be very female friendly, but you say you have a lot of male customers too.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially since we've moved into the city, we've got all the fire service come over regularly. The St John's ambulance guys all come over for their morning coffees and crepes or croissants and things. And we've got the police. We have a lot of the police come in because we're so close to the justice precinct. So yeah, and all the businessmen in the area, because it's something different and it's a bit more sophisticated, I suppose, than a pie or a sandwich, and they can enjoy it, and it's tasty and it's really quick. So I think that's the thing that people love about it the most. It's they know where it's come from, they know we use good ingredients, and they can see it being made if they want. They can actually come and watch us make it, which people quite like that.
Yeah, I think it's great when the breakfast crepe is gracing the screen as we speak. It looks quite big.
Yeah, they are. They're quite substantial, and they've got quite a lot of filling in them. And also the thing that's quite interesting. I mean, I don't know if your viewers know about this, but buckwheat actually isn't a wheat. And I learned this when I was starting up the business, that the buckwheat's not actually a wheat. It's actually a fruit seed related to the rhubarb family. Did you know that, Nick?
No, goodness me, I quite enjoy a bit of rhubarb. Do you do rhubarb crepe?
No, we don't at the moment, no. But it's a good idea. Thank you for that. I might steal that idea. But no, it's actually a fruit seed, so it's incredibly healthy. It's also gluten-free, and and if you Google it, it's got a million sort of superfood qualities that like kale and all those other things, chia seeds. But we use it and we make the crepes, and they're delicious, and quite a different flavour and different taste.
It sounds like a 7-day-a-week business to me.
It is.
So what are the hours like?
They're long. We're open from 7 in the morning until we do varying hours. So they're on our website and on Facebook. But we're open till 11 on Fridays and Saturday nights, 10 on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then we close a bit earlier on a Monday at 4, just because it's a little bit quieter through the winter, and on a Sunday at 4. But yeah, we do late nights and for dessert and for dinners and cocktails and all sorts of things.
Yeah, people like the idea of the dessert thing, like you might be going to the theatre, maybe have dessert afterwards or have a light meal beforehand.
Yeah. There's not many places, I think, to go. I mean, this is one of the things that I loved about moving into the city, is there aren't many places to go for dessert, and I've got quite a sweet tooth. I think most people do, and it's quite hard to find somewhere. If you've been to a movie and it finishes at 10 o'clock, everywhere's closed, or the kitchens are always closed. So it's really nice. We get a lot of people coming in between 10 and 11 because they want to have something like we do a boozy hot chocolate, where you can have a hot chocolate with a shot of Baileys or Cointreau, and they'll have that with a dessert, or an Irish coffee, or a decaf coffee or something, if they're not, don't want any alcohol, but they can have a dessert, and it's quite nice. A nice way to finish off the evening.
Do you have plans to expand Maison de Crepes to other parts of the city, or maybe outside, across New Zealand?
I do indeed. I mean, because it was a bit of a risk when I started, and as with all businesses, you have no idea how it's going to be received by the public. And we've been really fortunate, and we've worked very hard to make a product that is popular. And I would love to be able to take that to serve other people in other areas, because that's what we do. We love to serve the community and create a neighborhood place where people can come, feel safe. We get a lot of ladies that come in and dine alone or with their girlfriends, families. We do coffee mornings for mums with babies, and and it's a real community place that's got a very different feel about it. So I feel it's something that would be really beneficial in other parts of certainly Christchurch, and eventually I'd love to take it nationwide. I think it would be something that people would enjoy.
Now, finally, good food is nothing without good service. So what's your approach to that? Well,
funny you should say that, because I have been told, mostly by my staff, who are quite experienced hospo people. One of my ladies has been in hospo probably for about 20-30 years, and they all say that my approach is very different to the way that I train my staff. I believe in good old-fashioned hospitality. I believe that people come to eat out, and it's an honour for them to come into my establishment, and they're trusting us not only with their time, because they're taking time out of their day to come to us. They expect an experience, but they also are trusting us with their bodies. We're feeding them, they're ingesting what we take. So I take everything very, very seriously so that we make sure that they get the best experience. We make everything to order, as I've said, but we also can change. If they don't like something, we change it. There's nothing that's too much trouble, and I really love that. I love the fact that people comment on the fact that they can come in, and celiacs, for example, can feel safe to eat in our establishment because they know we take great care. So service, looking after people, making sure that we do have good old-fashioned hospitality where you feel like you're getting an experience, and that Parisian experience. Even though I'm not French, I have a love of everything French and Paris, and it does. I think you came in the other day, and I think did you feel that it has a French vibe to it?
There was definitely it felt kind of welcoming, but there was nice clean lines, and it wasn't cluttered, and it was nice and relaxing. And I must say the coffee which we had was really good. Sheena, thank you so much for joining us this evening on After Dark. Best of luck with Maison de Crepes and your expansion plans.
Thank you for having me.
You have a lovely evening. Enjoy the cricket.
I'm not watching the cricket, but thank you anyway.
Right, great to talk to you, Sheena.
See you. Take care, Nick. Thank
Cheers.
you. Bye-bye.
Good night. Right then, very shortly I'll be speaking with Camilla Young. She's the architect behind the Colet's Corner project in Littleton.